Okay, calling to order the Committee on International and Legal Affairs. Please note the presence of all members except member Dos Santos Tam, who is excused. And no members participating remotely. Okay, announcements, members. Pursuant to Section 92-3.7 HRS, this meeting will be conducted as a remote meeting by interactive conference technology with the following procedures in effect for the meeting. Members of the public will be allowed to provide oral testimony on all items on the agenda in person in the council chamber and remotely when each agenda item is taken up, as both English and Hawaiian are official languages of the state of Hawaii, pursuant to Article 15, Section 4 of the Hawaii State Constitution and Section 1-13 of the HRS. Members of the public may testify in either language for oral testimonies offered in Olelo, Hawaii. Additional time, as may be necessary, will be allowed for testifiers to provide an English translation of their testimony. Before testifying, each person shall state their name. Each speaker may not have anyone else read their statement and is limited to a 1-minute presentation on each item. Once in-person testimony is concluded, I will proceed to those who have registered to testify remotely by video conference. When your name is called, please monitor your screen and activate your audio feed when prompted. I will then give persons who have not registered an opportunity to offer testimony. Please utilize the raised hand feature in Zoom to be called on. For those joining us by telephone, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. I will identify you by the last 3 digits of your telephone number. When your number is called, please press *6 to unmute yourself when prompted. Some friendly reminders and tips: video conference from a quiet location if possible. If you're also watching the proceedings on Olelo, please mute your television at the time you're called to testify. When the timer on your screen reaches 0, please conclude your remarks promptly. HRS Section 92-3.7 requires all votes at remote meetings to be conducted by a roll call unless unanimous. Therefore, I will call for objections. If there are any, I will call for a roll call vote. No members are participating outside the chamber. Okay, for written testimonies, including the testifier's address, email address, and phone number, will be available to the public as described in the posted agenda. As a courtesy, please turn off all cell phones. Okay, moving to agenda item number 1, Resolution 25-313. Is anyone from the administration here? Okay, see none. Any in-person registered testifiers?
Chair, we have some.
Okay. Okay, we have one registered in-person testifier, Jonathan Mokue. Please come forward. There you go.
Thank you. Mahalo.
You can begin.
Okay, my name is Jonathan Mokue, and I fully support this bill. Mahalo.
Are there any other registered testifiers? Okay, why don't we just, I have a few, but why don't we just say, whoever's here to testify, just please come up one by one.
Yes, sir. Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, Council members. Holly Galderamo, Teamsters, Local 996, and allied workers, testifying in full support of the bill.
Okay, thank you. Next testifier, please.
Aloha, my name is Jonathan Johnson, and I support this.
Thank you. Next testifier, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Tavesi Augafa. I support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aloha, my name is Jonathan Reed, Teamsters 996. I support this resolution.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Sandy Chung, and I support this bill.
Thank you. Next testifier, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Terrence Kealoha. I'm with the Hawaii Teamsters Local 996, and I support this bill.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the council. Thank you for this opportunity for allowing us to come here and speak. I know this resolution, first off, is a resolution that was created to help, the negotiations between OTS and the boss. And I'm not here to ask for any support to get in the middle of our negotiations, but more of the fact that allowing us the opportunity to get this negotiations done and done correctly with no PR type of or comms type of negotiations that diminishes the whole entire negotiation. So this resolution, we fully support it, and on behalf of the Teamsters and City Bus employees, we're in full support of this as well. If it gets passed, we'd really appreciate it, but at the end of the day, this is basically speaking out for our members, and the members, that's basically your constituents as well too, is that's out there that's doing this job. Driving a bus out there, as far as the bus concerned, the maintenance, mechanics, and everybody else, it's not an easy job. We went through a 7-year contract, and to find out that even OTS didn't even come to allocate any budget for us, it's very disturbing. And in no way means I'm trying to put anybody on blast, but it's more of just getting the job done and doing the right thing and taking care of the members. When the rail was created, it was created to coincide with the bus. All we're asking is for fairness and dignity and respect so we can build. We, the people, is the one that put the city bus on the map. It's the workers, the employees. We put the bus on the map, not the bus company, not OTS. It was the members that put the bus on the map. All we're asking is for fairness, dignity, and respect. And come to us with livable wages so our people are not moving off these islands. When we were told, if you want those wages from San Francisco, we'll move to San Francisco, it was a huge slap in the face. A huge slap in the face. And so I stand here today on behalf of the president of the Teamsters to ask your support in moving forward this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holu. Anyone else wishing to testify, please come forward. Okay, do we have any remote testifiers?
Chair, there are none.
Seeing none, members, any questions? Okay, before I give my recommendation, I have a statement I'd like to read. Members, I want to begin by acknowledging that this is not common for this body to involve itself during active collective bargaining negotiations. As a council, we respect the bargaining process and the importance of allowing labor and management to work through their differences directly and in good faith. That said, the bus is a critical service, and the workers who operate and maintain our transit system are essential to the daily functioning of our city. City bus operators, mechanics, and support staff perform demanding, safety-sensitive work, often under challenging conditions, and they deserve wages and benefits that reflect their value. This council has a long history of supporting union labor and fair compensation, and that commitment does not stop simply because negotiations are difficult. At the same time, we recognize that durable and lasting agreements are reached when both parties remain at the table, engage respectfully, and continue negotiating in good faith. Thus, while the council does not have a direct role in collective bargaining negotiations, I took this resolution up as to signal our concern, while also recognizing that space is needed for the bargaining process to continue. Rather than taking immediate action on this resolution today, I recommend deferring action on this resolution until next month to allow both parties the time and flexibility to move closer to an equitable agreement that avoids disruption to workers, riders, and the city as a whole. I'm hoping we don't have to take this up next month, members, but if we do, we will. Comments? Member Wire.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to mahalo you for agendizing, hearing it, allowing the discussion. I mean, I think at the heart of the resolution and why we wanted to introduce it were because our drivers and mechanics, the support staff, as you mentioned, they serve our community and they're a part of our community. And just as they're serving our neighbors every day through their work, they're also going home and trying to improve the quality of life for themselves and their families. And as you mentioned, I think it's clear that they're very much a part of the city of Ohana, even though maybe the employment status itself is different than civil service employees. And I think as a city as well, it's imperative that we lead by example as an employer, particularly in areas where we're asking private employers to maintain certain standards. We have to set the bar. And so really the intent was just to acknowledge that and to acknowledge that the council would be supportive and didn't want to be used as a limiting factor when negotiations were going on, because I think I wanted it to be clear that we support parity in pay and fair conditions for our working families, understanding, like you said, labor law has specific roles and distinctions for negotiators. This is really a policy position and us taking a position to support the folks that are serving our community. So I appreciate the discussion and just wanted to see that. So thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Members, anything else? Member Okimoto.
Thank you, Chair. I also want to thank those who came in to testify in person. And I think we all agree, we all support, and thank you for sharing your testimony and Councilmember Wires also, because we all support the operators and all those members of Teamsters. And in no way do we want to show that we're not supportive of it. You guys are really instrumental, crucial in getting our communities to where they need to be. But that being said, my only concern and comment is that, to me, this gets out of our jurisdiction. As a council, I'm not sure if we should be getting involved in collective bargaining matters. And I think that my concern would be that this might set a bad precedence for future negotiations, but also for future councils. So I really support the members, and I hope that that there will be continued positive working together communication with OTS and the members of the union to make sure that you guys can get appropriately compensated. And I hope that we can, like you said, Chair, that by the time next month comes along, hopefully this will be resolved. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, anything else? Member Tupola.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, supporting your recommendation, just wanted to thank Kevin Holu for all his leadership, his board. Not only are they going through this, but they recently just did all of the healthcare, negotiations, and I know that their board has spent hours and hours and hours of time trying to come to fair collective bargaining and trying to do what's best for their members. I have full confidence that he can take them there, that he can help to resolve all of these negotiations that hopefully we don't need to be a part of, because I do think that it gives us the autonomy to these entities to really come to the table without us intervening. So always in support, definitely appreciate all our bus drivers. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, any other discussion? Member Kiano.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I support your recommendation. I actually have a message for the OTS leadership. As you can probably hear today, and I hope you're watching, from the members, we are discomforted by the fact that this measure is before us, because we all support the Teamsters and all the hard work that's undertaken by all of the employees. Having said that, you need to come to closure. And as Chair Nishimoto said, if necessary, would have to come back in another month because it has been agendized and it would be pending consideration. So do what is necessary to come to closure without us having to further consider this resolution. And I believe that the hearing today serves a purpose. And it would have been nice if they were here, but hopefully they're watching. And basically, it's going to take two parties to come to closure on these negotiations, and highly recommend you get it done as soon as possible. Thanks.
Thank you. Members, anything else? Okay, so to be clear, the chair's recommendation is to postpone action on resolution 25-313 to if needed next month. Any discussion, any objections?
Objection.
Okay. Do we have to do a roll call vote if there's an objection? No? Okay, since there is an objection, we have to do a roll call vote. Let me take a quick recess. Okay, sorry about that. All right, since there is an objection, we have to do a roll call vote. So I will do it. Member Cordero,
Aye.
Member Dos Santos Tams excused, Member Kiana,
Aye.
Member Okimoto,
Aye.
Member Talba, Vice Chair Tupola,
Aye.
Chair Waters, Councilman Member Wire.
No.
Okay, and Chair votes aye. Okay, thank you, members. Moving on to the next agenda item, executive session. Members, we're now in executive session. The following items as posted on the agenda have been referred to executive session. I will read the items individually to allow for oral public testimony for each item. Testifiers will testify on all executive session items together. The time allotted for each testimony on each item is 1 minute as set forth on the agenda. Agenda item number 2, Saki versus City and County of Honolulu. Agenda item number 3, Shelton versus City and County of Honolulu. We will now proceed with in-person testimony. Are there any registered in-person testifiers?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, is there anyone in the chamber wishing to testify? Please come forward. See none. Moving to remote testimony.
Chair, there are none.
Okay, thank you. Members, without any objections to convening members, are there any objections to convening into executive session? Without objections, the committee convenes into a closed meeting pursuant to HRS Section 92-4 and 92-5A4 to consult in a closed meeting with its attorneys on questions, issues pertaining to the powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and/or liabilities of the city, the council, and its committees on the items listed on the agenda for executive session. The following persons will be participating in executive session: all council members present. From the Department of Corporation Counsel, Deputy Dwayne Pang, Deputy Kaliko Warrington, and Deputy Catherine Neste. From the Office of Council Services, Director Park, Deputy Pitcher, and Staff Attorney Matsuda. For those members, okay, no one is joining remotely, correct? Okay. I will now call a recess, subject to the call of the chair. Okay, the Committee on International Legal Affairs is reconvened pursuant to Section 92-4 and 92-5A4 HRS. The committee has consulted in executive session with its attorneys on questions and issues pertaining to powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and/or liabilities of the city, the council, and its committees on the items listed on the agenda for executive session. Chair recommends that the request for authorization to settle a case against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Saki versus City and County of Honolulu, as discussed in executive session, be reported out for adoption. Any discussion? Any objections? See none. Thank you. Moving on to our final measure, the chair recommends that the request for authorization to settle a lawsuit against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Shelton versus City and County of Honolulu, as discussed in executive session, be reported out for adoption. Any discussions? Any objections? Thank you. We are adjourned. Okay.